Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Dream Trip Oz. It is the second part of a two-part series. We're doing South Australia this Christmas. The last episode we left you, we were in the Eyre Peninsula. We've just rolled in this afternoon to Whyalla, which has some really interesting industrial history. I'm up here at Hummock Hill, which is a spectacular lookout right at the top of town. You can see 360-degree views all over Whyalla. I tell you what, it's windy up here. It's windy down there. We're going to go head down to the jetty. You can see it all from up here. But this episode, coming up, everything Eyre Peninsula. We got Coffin Bay, Port Lincoln National Park, everything in between. We got 5-6 nights here, not entirely sure, but it should be plenty of time to see all the action, all the activity in the Eyre Peninsula. So strap in, we got quite the episode coming up. We're in Whyalla tonight, but we push on. We're going to see some sights in the morning, but we're going to make our way. Geez, I hope you can still hear me. It's so windy up here. We're going to make our way to Coffin Bay tomorrow afternoon and settle in for some serious action, as well as New Year's Eve party. So stay tuned, come along for the action. Morning guys. Well, the wind did die off for a little bit this morning, maybe a couple of hours when we first got up, but it's back with a vengeance. So we're going to do some indoor activities. We've got a tour of the, I think it's called the HMAS Whyalla, which is an old minesweeper ship that they've dry docked on land and restored for tour purposes, for historic purposes. There's a museum attached and things like that. I'll show you through it. Meg and the kids did it last time we were here because I was working at the time, but this time I get to check it out too. So we're all going in. It starts at 10:30. It's about 10 o'clock now, so we might have a look around the museum when we get there first. Then we're going to slowly make our way down the coast of the Eyre Peninsula to Coffin Bay today. I'm excited. We might make a couple of stops along the way, check out some beaches and some nice spots, weather dependent, but our ultimate destination today is Coffin Bay, so stay tuned. Can't wait, I'm pumped.
It's called a whaler. So basically what they used to whale in, but that was for the petty officers. So 16 petty officers would jump in that if we had to abandon ship. And then on the port side on your left here, it's long since perished, there was a wooden motorboat as well. Again, it's 3 bells for 130. These sorts of engines they stopped making in the early 1900s, but for the war they were desperate, so they're very reliable, quite economical, easy to make, and cheap to make. But,
and they had the materials, I'm guessing?
Yeah, that's it. And we already had locomotive plants around the country, so yes, yeah. WA Rail made these. Yeah. So.
Ah, how good was that? Geez, what a look into the history of wartime Australia. Unbelievable. The tour guide, Jason, was incredibly knowledgeable. It was a fantastic tour. Went for about an hour. Took us all the way through the ship. Just awesome. Just awesome. Highly recommend it. It was cheap. I think it was $15 for an... No, it wasn't even $15. Maybe $12 for an adult. And kids on school holidays are free. Hey, so hot tip, come during the school holidays. Unreal. Anyway, we're going to push on now. I think our next stop is going to be Cowell. We stopped there last time we came around and stopped at a little free splash pad. So if the weather picks up and it's warm enough, we might do the same today. But it's 11:30 now. Cowell's about an hour south from here. So it'll be good timing for lunch and we'll stop off, have something to eat. Anyway, we'll see you in Cowell. Rock and roll. Great spot this, plenty of long vehicle parking too, heaps of parking here. Looks like a boat ramp too if you want to get into the creek. Awesome little spot, there's toilets too. We had dinner last time we were here, I recall, as the sun was going down. It was beautiful. Anyway, come for a walk, we'll go check it out. Not a bad spot, hey? Right after this, I think we might push on Tumby Bay next. There's some murals, artwork on the buildings in that town. I'm keen to see it. We didn't get a chance to see Tumby Bay last time we came through. But after that, we're pushing on to Coffin Bay. We are staying with friends of ours, Matt and Nicole and their kids, and on their property in Coffin Bay. Pretty lucky because this time of year, I hear Coffin Bay is packed full of holiday makers. So big shout out to Matt and Nicole for letting us stay at their place. It's been ages since I've seen them. 2 years actually. It was this time 2 years ago that we took a lap around Oz and stopped in to see them. So it's been quite some time. Maddie and I used to play in a band together, been mates, known each other for yonks, so it's going to be great to catch up. Anyway, stay tuned because we'll be there in no time. Welcome to Coffin Bay, people. This place is beautiful. The view is just coming into town, spectacular. The water looks sensational, and it's a little bit overcast today, so imagine what it's going to look like when the sun comes out. Would you look at that? Magnificent. I'm excited, hey? We are 4 minutes off Matt and Nicole's place, so we'll see you when we get there. We're probably going to have a chill out tonight, maybe even a slow day tomorrow, but who knows? The adventure could kick off first thing in the morning, so stay tuned. Hey, what a spot to live, hey? How's that? Roos out the front. Apparently Matt and Nicole get emus on the property too. Just awesome. Sun's shining this morning. We did have a bit of rain last night, but that's cleared over. The skies are blue. It's 7:30 in the morning. It's warm enough to swim, I reckon. We're going to go in and check out Port Lincoln today. We've got some errands to run, groceries, gas bottles, that kind of thing. Port Lincoln's quite sizable, everything you need there. So come along, I'll show you around Port Lincoln. Cool, so we're just on our way into Lincoln, but we're going to stop real quick at the Coffin Bay boat ramp. There's a dump point here, and there's also a skip bin. There's a water fill up too, which we filled up from last time we were here. And of course a sizable boat ramp with trailer parking, long vehicle parking and stuff like that. So it's very convenient. Oh, hot tip too, if you are free camping and you need a shower, they've got cold showers here in this toilet block down at the Coffin Bay boat ramp. If you're desperate or it's warm enough, hey, better than nothing. Port Lincoln, it's got everything you need, hey. There's shops, there's a Bunnings, a Harvey Norman, where else, a Repco, BCF. So we got the gas bottle filled up this morning, which is great. Everything you could possibly need. Awesome spot. We've just had a nice pub lunch down the waterfront too. Check this spot out, hey. Can you think of a better place to have a feed? Well, how good's this, right? We've come into Lincoln to run some errands. Part of the plan was to stop in at the information centre, which is not far from the base of the jetty. And like I always say, information centres full of invaluable info and local insight. But the other reason is there's a spot in the Port Lincoln National Park called Memory Cove, renowned as being one of the most beautiful beaches in the area, in the state, in the country even. Memory Cove it's called. Anyway, to get there you got to pick up a key from the information centre. It's one key per vehicle, right? And it's $50 cash. Can't even pay on card. It's Saturday today, we're going tomorrow. We've got to drop the keys. They said we could drop the keys back Monday morning because they close at 2 o'clock on Sundays, which is nice. So we've got the keys for, you know, pretty much 2 days. We made it in the nick of time. We literally got handed the last 3 available keys. So if you are going and you plan on hitting Memory Cove, get in nice and early. I do believe you can book online too. I did hear someone say, so that might be the safest option too. Anyway, Meg and the kids are just down at the jetty, and we've decided it is definitely warm enough right now to hop in for a swim. So I'm grabbing the car. We got all the swimmers and stuff in the car. We take them with us everywhere we go so that we never miss out. And I'll show you the Port Lincoln jetty. We did go here a couple of years ago on our first trip around. So feel free to check out that video. But I'll show you all the action this time around too, hey? Alright, look, the main adventure isn't quite until tomorrow, but it's only 20 minutes south of Port Lincoln itself. A little sneak peek of the national park, Port Lincoln National Park. We're actually just past, or just south of the entrance to the Port Lincoln National Park. We're at a spot the locals call Wreck Beach, or the Mary Alice Wreck Beach. There is a shipwreck here somewhere. We're going to go look for it, see what we can't see. It's a nice big sand dune you can get out and drive on. We're not going to do it right now because we're in a bit of a hurry to get back to camp, and we don't want to air down and air back up. We're just going to walk out and have a look, but you can drive right up to the base of the sand dune. Come and check it out, she's pretty cool. Wow, how's the views? 360 degrees. It's another huge sand blow over there. Unreal. This is just a taste. This is just the start, hey? This isn't even the national park. What do you reckon, darling?
So cool.
Unreal, hey? I wonder where this shipwreck is.
It's just down here.
Just down here, you reckon?
Yep.
Oh, we'll go and have a look. But some locals here have just said we can have a crack at their sandboards if we want to have a go. I think I might have to give that a try, eh? Oh, it's beautiful. The sand is so soft and squeaky clean. Magic. You can easily get your car up here. This is actually the original entrance to the national park, but they've got signs up closing it because apparently the mobile sand dune gets too steep and it's impassable, apparently. But you can definitely get down onto the beach in your car from here. I can see some other cars at the moment, so I'm gonna head down and check it out. Well, it pays to do your research before you go wildly traipsing through sand dunes looking for a shipwreck, eh? It turns out in 2006, the wreck was exhumed by the Flinders University Archaeology Department, catalogued, and who knows what they're doing with it. So it's not still here. It's no longer here on the beach. You can't see it anymore. So there you go. That's why we couldn't find it. Anyway, we're off. More adventures await. Rock and roll. Morning guys, today is the day we're heading into Lincoln National Park. I'm so pumped. It's 20 past 7 in the morning. The sun is shining, the skies are completely devoid of clouds, and we've got a cracking day ahead. We've got the keys to Memory Cove, and we're making our way down now. We are 30 odd minutes out of Port Lincoln. We're going to fuel up there. Then we're going to meet everyone at the entrance to the national park. We might air down, although the lady at the information centre said that the track is in the best condition it's ever been in and that we shouldn't need to air down. Last time we were there it was a bit rocky, some sharp rocks, so we thought we'd air down just to make the ride a bit more comfortable. We'll gauge that when we get there. Anyway, I'm super pumped. There's heaps to do in the national park, hence why we are getting up so early. We've packed enough food for lunch and dinner in case we end up there all day and finding a sunset spot in the national park. Stay tuned. Righto, so we've only been in the park now for, geez, not even 30 minutes, and we're only 20 k's off Memory Cove. The road is in excellent condition. It's nowhere near as corrugated as we remember it from last time we were here, and we're probably averaging 50 k's per hour, but we're moving slow because there's so much wildlife. Kangaroos, emus, the works. It's just magic. Alright, at the 20k mark is the gate. We'll show you what it's all about. We got the keys, so we'll jump out and get her unlocked. There's just a padlock here.
Oh, it works.
Woo! Last time we were here, we were horribly disappointed when we got to this gate and realised we needed a key. So this is as far as we've ever been before. Uncharted territory beyond. I am pumped. Woo!
Let's go!
Let's go!
Rock and roll. The track is in excellent condition, hey. We haven't needed to air down at all. It's definitely easy enough to get your van in. We'd happily get our van in here. We haven't hit any soft stuff. There's a couple of steep inclines, but if you've got a capable vehicle, you've got no worries. There was one low-hanging tree, but it was probably as a result of, I reckon, a fire not too long ago. But our roof racks cleared that up pretty quickly. Anyway, we're not far off now, and the views are getting sensational. Every time we top out on top of a little ridge, the views are stunning. Water either side, 360 degrees. Just magic. Cannot wait to get there. We can't be far off. How is this? This is exceeding expectation. I cannot get over how crystal clear the water is here. Here goes. It's fresh, I tell you. Yeah, how good is this? Unbelievable. What a spot. Well, like I always say with these spots, hey, get in early because it's busy now. Great spot though, hey. Not only is it one of the most stunning beaches I've ever been on, but very well kit out too. There's picnic tables. It's a campground too. You can camp here. You do have to pay for it. I'll see if I can find the details and I'll pop them on the screen. But toilets, drop dunnies, plenty of parking, and dolphins. What a spot. Anyway, we're going to move on. Got plenty more exploring to do today. Port Lincoln National Park. Come on, guys. First stop, Williams Island Lookout. The road's getting a bit rough, so I reckon we might air down here, probably go down to 25, make it a bit softer for us to travel, a bit more comfortable. But look at this, what a view. Why, thank you, ma'am. Well, the track does get a little bit hairy west of the Memory Cove gate. I think it's the track down to Curta Rocks. I'll confirm that when we get there. But still, we're not in low fall or anything like that. It's just a bit tight. Scraping up Jason's paint job on his Schmick 200 series there, but other than that, still pretty easy going. Would you look at this spot? Unbelievable. Looks like there's some blokes stuck down on the beach here. A couple of cars. Might go down and have a look. There's another track that if you go left, you get down to the beach. You go right, you end up at the lookout where we are. So we'll see if they need a hand. We'll go down left and see if we can't give them a chop out. But check this out. This is magic. I'm just walking down to the beach now from the car park. It's a couple 100 meters, but it gets really steep. Check it out. Oh, this is a big hill. I wonder if I'm going to regret walking down here. I think I'm already regretting it. It's going to be a huge hike back up. Look at that. Whew. Anyway, off we push. To make matters even worse, the sand is so hot. And I left my thongs at the top. Oof, bad choice.
Stop for a second.
You guys are mad. Hold on. Mad.
You're welcome.
Geez, it'd be good if they put another ocean at the top for us to swim in when we get there.
The tourist ocean.
Yeah. A little swimming pool with one of those swim up bars. Ooh. Well, hey? Not a bad spot to wrap up the south end, or what I'm calling the south half of the Lincoln National Park, hey? It's called Whyalla Lookout, W-A-N-N-A, Whyalla Lookout, and it is sensational, absolutely sensational. I think the island out here in front of us is called Wedding Cake Island, but I'd have to look into that. I'll confirm it and pop it on the screen if it is in fact Wedding Cake Island. But this place, wow, just stunning. Come and check it out. Unreal. Well, I don't know how we are going to top that, hey? So that's the south half of the Lincoln National Park, done and dusted. Big tick off the list. I tell you what, we probably could have spent the entire day at Memory Cove, but we had to keep moving so that we can see it all. We are now pushing due north from that last stop, which was called Whyalla Lookout, and we're going to make our way into what I would call the north half of the Lincoln National Park. Now, there is heaps to see up there, but it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We did pack dinner, so we are prepared to drive out of here in the dark if we absolutely have to. So stay tuned, stay with us, because there is heaps more to see. I don't know how much we're going to see. It might be a bit of a whirlwind tour of the north end of the park. We did see all of it in our last lap around Oz, so if we don't get to it, I'll chuck some stuff in here from our last video so you can check it out. Anyway, stay tuned, heaps to see, coming right up. There it is.
Ah, up on the hill.
I can see it. It's just up there. Easy. Stamford Hill. Stamford must have been the poor guy who picked the short straw and had to hike up here. Now, apparently the story goes, they landed here, couldn't find any fresh water, and they needed heaps of it. I think it's something like 60 tons of water to resupply the ship, the Investigator. So they sent old Stamford, I'm assuming, up this hill to find water. He spotted a lake. Turns out the lake was brackish, they couldn't drink it. But then they found a well. The well is the one that we stopped at, that we met at this morning on the road. I'll chuck some footage in here. Still there today. Dug down 6 meters or so, found water, and they managed to get enough water out of that to resupply the entire ship. There you go. Imagine living in that time, having to dig down for water. Nightmare. Well, I am not disappointed, hey? If you had to pick a spot to eat dinner, this is not a bad place to do it, hey? It might be a little bit windy out, but I think we're cooking. Ecstatic to eat here. Yeah, pretty good spot. Might be a little bit windy, but we've got the induction cooker, so it shouldn't be a problem. Kinos. Oh, just when you thought the day couldn't get any better, sunset over the water, almost, hey? We're at a little spot called Long Beach in Coffin Bay. Actually, pretty nice, right? We're gonna kick back here for the next 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Just watch that sun go down. Epic, hey? Great way to end the perfect day exploring the Eyre Peninsula. Righto, off to a bit of a slow start this morning. A little bit of a catch with the keys from the Lincoln National Park is you got to get them back to the info centre. The info centre doesn't open till 9 AM, so we had to make a mission into Lincoln this morning to drop the keys back, which means it's now about 10:15, but we are hitting the Coffin Bay National Park. It's so close to town. We are only 14 minutes from our first destination, our first stop in the Coffin Bay National Park. We can already see sand dunes in the distance. Check it out. The national park literally starts at the end of town. Main street, turn left at the pub and you're in the national park. So nice and accessible for everybody. Anyway, first stop is coming right up. It is called...
Oh, I don't know the name of the lookout.
We don't know.
Templetonia Lookout.
I'll chuck a title on the screen here and you can figure it out for yourselves. Anyway, we'll see you at the first stop. Templetonia Lookout, it's called. Come and have a look. Ah, good place to start the day, hey. Gives you a good feel of the lay of the land. Check it out, what a view. Oh, it's warming up. Tell you what, it's going to be a corker of a day. Loving it. Look at this. All right, second stop for this morning, a little spot called Avoid Bay. We've been looking at it out the windows as we're driving by. The water is so flat. It's such a still day. It is perfect for this kind of adventure, but there's every possibility that we're going to be driving onto the beach now, so we're going to quickly air down. We'll go down to maybe 20 psi so that we're ready for some beach driving. I know it's a bit softer here than it was at Lincoln National Park, plus the speed limit is only 40 out on the bitumen, so we shouldn't have any concerns of rolling a bead while we're driving on the bitumen. We won't be going too fast. So we'll try 20 psi, see how we go. How cool, we got a seal out here playing around in the water, just not even 20 meters offshore. Hey, look at him. That's awesome, that is awesome. But we're a little bit stuck too, hey? Our first stop, it's actually, it's just a boat ramp here. There's not much beach to speak of, so we were just turning around and heading back up, but she's a bit soft, we've dug in. We're gonna drop the tyre pressure down, see if that doesn't help. Otherwise, we might get a snatch strap out. Bit of fun, first thing in the morning.
So this is Almonta Beach along here.
Geez, it's a popular spot, hey? I don't even know if we're gonna get a park. There's one space left on the end there. Well, I can see why it's so popular. Come and have a look at this beach. This is just magic. Unbelievable. Come and check it out. How good was that beach, hey? We stopped, had some lunch. Good spot for it. There's toilets, picnic tables and chairs. Just up the road from Golden Island Lookout is Point Avoid. Pretty impressive, hey? Not to be avoided. From here, we head back through the park, almost toward the exit, and we're gonna head north. So this is it for the south end. We will at some point run out of bitumen. We're already aired down, we're already all at 20 PSI. So once we hit the dunes and the four-wheel drive tracks up in the north, the adventure begins. So come along, we're gonna hit the north end of the Coffin Bay National Park. Rock and roll. Hey guys, it's looking a bit soft ahead. I'm going to go down into low 4.
Reckon I should drop down to 10 again?
I think you'll be right for now. See how we go. If you're in low 4, it'll give you heaps more steam. So let's see.
Sounds good.
Well, I might eat my words, hey? It was not even 30 seconds and we were engaging low 4. There was a bit of soft stuff right at the start there. We're out of the soft stuff, we could probably go back to high 4, but hey, we're moving slowly, taking in the scenery, what arms are gonna do. I'm excited, I can't wait to see, what's it called?
7 Mile Beach.
7 Mile Beach. It's saying we are 27 kilometers away and an hour and 9 minutes, so it just goes to show how slow we'll be moving. But I'll let you know. What is it? It's 12:15 now. I'll let you know how long it takes us to get there. Hey? Cool. We're just stopping at Black Springs Campground. It's the last campground on this track before 7 Mile Beach to feature a toilet. So we're going to make sure that all those who need to do so. Now this is a secluded campground. This is magic. But wait till you see this beach. Epic. Check it out. That is my kind of camp, eh? What a beach. Anyway, everyone should be done in the loo by now. We'll jump back in the car and keep moving. 7 Mile Beach, here we come. Look at this, we have made it. 7 Mile Beach. I am not disappointed. Well, I assume this is 7 Mile Beach anyway. Magnificent, hey? So it's 20 to 2. So it took us almost an hour and a half to get here from the start of the track, which is not too bad, hey? And it was good fun. Some good fun forward driving, some soft stands, some rocky stuff, some inclines, declines, a bit of fun, hey? All around, loving it. And I tell you what, was it worth it? Look for yourself. Whoop! We're just coming up on the whale skull, so I reckon let's see if we can find that, and after that find somewhere to park up and get in the water. I am tonguing. Oh, is that it?
That's it, that's the whale skull.
I spotted it from the...
Wow. Nothing could quite prepare me for the scale of this thing. We found it on Wikicamps. It's just a point of interest. It's a 45-ton sperm whale. Oh my god, I've never seen anything like that. That's unreal. It's not far. Once you pop onto the beach, it's maybe a couple of 100 meters down the beach on the left-hand side. You can't miss it. It's massive. Would you look at this spot? Look at this. Are we in paradise or what? Hey? I can't get over it. Check it out. This is the stuff dreams are made of. Righto, we're about now maybe, I don't know, maybe a kilometre, maybe not quite, up the beach from the whale skull, and we're coming up to some sand dunes which look like a bit of fun.
Oh, this is so fun.
Wow, these are some steep dunes, hey. They look sensational, eh? So cool. We got the perfect day too. Clear blue skies, bright white sands, just magic. Oh, it's probably hard to get a feel for the scale on camera, but that is massive. That's going to be 15 metres high. I'll see if I can capture it from up the top. Unreal. Well, you know you found a good spot when you're stopped here for dinner as well. We've been here all afternoon just hanging out, paddleboarding, fishing, relaxing, generally doing a whole lot of nothing. It's been sensational. It's got to be about 5 o'clock, maybe even a bit after, 5:30. And we're in no real hurry to do anything at all. It's great. Anyway, we're going to scoff down some dinner, do a little bit more of nothing, and then make our way back out of the park. We might hit a couple of stops on the way back out too, so stay tuned and we'll show you all about it. Awesome day, Coffin Bay National Park. Rock and roll. What a way to spend a day, hey. If you've got a capable vehicle, something that can go into low range, and you haven't yet done something like this, I highly recommend, I implore you, go out, get yourself a tyre deflator and an air compressor and get out here and get on these beaches, because you're missing out otherwise. You can do it. If you think you can't, you'll never know until you give it a try, and a place like this, Coffin Bay National Park, is the best way to do it. It's super accessible, it's close to town, there's plenty of people about if you do find yourself in trouble. They're all very friendly and always more than eager to help out, so get amongst it, get out here. No better way to spend an afternoon than watching the sun go down over a beach, I tell you. And the sun is very much on its way down. It's 7 o'clock in the afternoon and we are pushing our way south back out of the Coffin Bay National Park. We may make a couple of stops along the way, and I'll put some footage in here, but if we do not, we will see you again in the morning for plenty more activity, action and adventure around the Coffin Bay area. If we don't make it back into the national park, there are several other places that we still need to see that are still on the list. So stay tuned, heaps of action coming up. Righto, we all gathered around, we had a chat, we've decided we are going to check out 2 more lookouts before we retire from the national park today. The sun is going down, it is gorgeous out here, and we plan to make the most of it. Next stop, Almonta Beach, or Almonta Bay. Gonna go take a quick look, and then back to the Golden Island Lookout, which is just around the corner. It's actually a headland near the Golden Island Beach that we were at earlier today. So we're gonna go back there because it is west facing, and if we can stand the cold and stay up late enough, we might get to watch the sun go down over the water. Making no promises though. Stay tuned. Well, it's not quite a sunset over the water, but it's the next best thing, hey? Check it out.
Oh, it looks stunning out there, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It is.
It was so cute when you're in there really early. Just like,
Welcome back, people. It is New Year's Eve, the last day of 2024. I'll be glad to see it go. We have some action-packed adventure today too. We're going to go back into the national park, not very far. It's what, a 15-minute drive from here to a little spot called Gunya Beach. There's some sand dune driving to be had. We're going to do that first before we take the cars into Port Lincoln and give them a wash, get all that salt water off from yesterday, make sure we don't rust any more than we already have. Anyway, stay tuned. We're going to have an awesome party tonight at Matt and Nicole's place, so I might put some footage in and generally ring in the new year. So from mine to you and yours, I hope you all have an awesome 2025. Stay tuned though, because we've still got a few more days here and there's plenty more to see in the Coffin Bay Eyre Peninsula region. Stay tuned, rock and roll. We'll see ya. We will see you at Gunya Beach. Alright, we are all aired down. We are ready to go. We've got one more joining our convoy today in the Isuzu, in the D-Max. Matt and Nicole. Say good day, Matty.
G'day, Matty.
Yeah, you can tell he's done this before. We're all aired down, we're ready to go, ready to rock and roll. There's a bit of a track ahead of us before we hit the dunes, and I am pumped, I tell you. It's a beautiful day, sun's shining, not a cloud in the sky. Eyre Peninsula, Coffin Bay National Park, turning it on again. Rock and roll, we'll see you out there. It hasn't taken long. We're only maybe 300-400 meters down the track and we're switching into low floor because it's going to start getting soft. We can see the sand dunes already. I am pumped. What do you reckon, darling?
I'm ready.
Meg drove this last time we were here, so she's a pro, right? So there's no chance we're going to get stuck or anything like that, hey? All right, rock and roll. How is it, darling?
So fun.
Doing everything, everywhere, 'cause I wanna run into the sun.
Phew, how was that? That didn't take long, hey, maybe 20 minutes max. Some pretty easy driving. The sand was actually pretty hard up in the dunes. It's a bit softer down here on the beach, but pretty easy going. 18 psi for the wind. We didn't have any problems at all. And look at this. Hey, this is where it gets you. This is what I'm trying to emphasize, is a little bit of know-how, a couple of little gadgets, tire deflator and a compressor. They're all very cheap now, and you too can come to spots like this. Hey, Gunya Beach, Coffin Bay National Park, just magic. Woo! Rock and roll.
Oh baby, you wanna come, live it up with me in paradise.
We're down to the sills.
We are stuck. Look at that. We're way in. Geez, that's soft. Hey, look, we were moving slow enough, which is good because we almost tipped right off that. That would have been pretty gnarly. What a spot though. Can't complain about getting stuck here, hey? Righto, lesson number one when you are doing this sort of stuff, especially if you are doing it solo, recovery tracks. Because your only chance of getting out of here, there's nothing to winch off, not a tree in sight, and your only chance of getting out of here is digging down, try to get down to the hard stuff, put your tracks in. We'll see how we go, hey? We've got 2, we've got another 4 on the roof if we need them. Easy peasy. How's that, hey? Easy. Go straight out, first go, 2 tracks, that's all we needed. And a shovel, and a bit of elbow grease.
2 shovels.
Yeah. I like how everyone rolled up late to the digging party, hey? They're all busy playing on the sand dunes. The word that comes to mind, the first word that comes to mind is freedom. Hey, there is a sense of freedom out here that you can do whatever you want, be whoever you want in a spot like this. Take your time, make sure you got plenty of time so you're not stressing. You don't have to go to work the next day. You don't have to go to work that afternoon. You got nowhere to be, no plans. Come out here and make the most of it. Doesn't matter if you get stuck, you got plenty of time, hey? Soak it in one last time, and then we're pushing back into town and get ready for New Year's Eve party. See that? How good is that? Big red markers sticking up out of the sand so you can find your way back. That's what we were worried about. We weren't sure if we'd know which direction to go in, but these big markers are awesome.
'Cause I just wanna see the world. I just wanna see the world. Yeah, could you come with me to see the world? Come with me to see the world. We'll be standing on top of the world. Standing on top of the world.
Righto, if you haven't heard of Coffin Bay oysters, then you've probably never eaten oysters in this country. I think just about every oyster on every menu in every restaurant across the country has Coffin Bay oysters on it. So if you come to Coffin Bay and you don't pick up some oysters, you're really not doing the place justice, eh? So, hot tip though, the best place to get them, out the back in the industrial estate where all the oyster sheds are. Apparently you just buy them direct from the farmers. As cheap as $11 a dozen, and they are same day fresh, so get amongst it. That's exactly what we're doing now. We're going to drive up. We've got a hot tip from Matt and Nicole where to go. We're going to pick ourselves up some oysters for New Year's Eve, hey? What a way to ring in 2025. Rock and roll. Morning guys, it is the 1st of the 1st 2025. It's New Year's Day. Happy New Year's. We are still in beautiful sunny Coffin Bay. I think we're already at 28 degrees and it's midday. We've obviously had a slow start because it's New Year's Day. We did go for a bit of a walk this morning, bushwalk through the reserve down to the jetty and jumped in. It's just as beautiful as I remember it from 2 years ago. I'll see if I can chuck in some footage of us jumping off the jetty from our trip around Oz the first time round. We are headed out today, not too far afield, to a little spot, first stop, called Greenly Beach. Apparently there's some really great rock pools. Not quite sure on the tide times, haven't had an opportunity to check, but we're just going to take our chances and head straight out there. We may also stop at a few other beaches on the way back, some local beaches, some local secrets too. So we're following Matt and Nicole this morning, who have been here now for like 3.5 years, and they know all the good spots. It's another glorious day in Coffin Bay. It's our last day here. It's a little bit sad. It's the 3rd of January, and we're making the most of it before we've got to get back to work for the 6th. We are going to do 2 big pushes through back home tomorrow, but today we have a special treat. We've saved the best for last, perhaps. We are in about an hour or so hitting the Coffin Bay Oyster leases on a tour with a company called Experience Coffin Bay. I'll put the details up here on the screen. It's about $75 per person for the basic tour, but you can pay extra and do different things. You can do a wading tour where you also go out in waders to the leases. You can do a tasting tour where you get half a dozen or a dozen oysters as well included. So definitely some different options there depending on your tastes. I think we are just going for a basic tour today with a couple of oysters, so cannot wait. It's at 1:30, goes for about an hour and a half. Our friends Matt and Nicole have offered to look after the kids, so it's just Meg and I at the moment. So it's going to be a nice little outing this afternoon. We're dropping the kids off at the Coffin Bay skate park. I'll get a quick look around while we're there so you can see what it's like in case you're travelling with kids. And we'll show you all around this tour this afternoon. Stay tuned.
Around the sun before Europeans ever got here. And they're very unique in the way they did not hunt a lot of kangaroo or emu like the Bungala people did on the Port Lincoln side of the peninsula. They pretty much lived off the native vegetation, and everything else came out of the ocean or the sea. And their shell middens we see scattered all over our coastline around here.
How good was that, hey? The Coffin Bay Experience, or Experience Coffin Bay Oyster Tour. Sensational, but it's warming up and we're going to jump in off the jetty, so come along.
At 12 o'clock on the wheel of the car, the other resting up against the half-open window. Sun bathes my skin with its warm energy. Gusts of wind ripple in and dance through my hair as I stare along the straightest road I've ever seen. Each new horizon goes on forever. Let's see what we can find. We won't pretend we're sad.
Mate, this is living, huh? Sunset. Sun going down. Jetty jumping. Coffin Bay on the Eyre Peninsula. Does it get any better than this, Raph? Does it get any better than this?
Home must be home, must be home, must be